You want your feet behind your head, whatever works. As long as you are comfortable, as long as your body does not distract you, pull you. So I would suggest just sit as you normally do. Legs can be stretched out if necessary. But do be seated. And again, especially when we're talking about lotus posture, it's very, very interesting to explore eyes open in a natural way. What lotus represents, the lotus flower in spirituality represents, the lotus sits above the water in a very pure, pristine state. But it has deep, I mean big, deep roots. These roots have a tunnel system actually. Big, deep roots that go into the mud. So this idea of being very connected, moving through the world, but maintaining that purity of thought, of attitude, to not be influenced, to not have your integrity compromised. So it's a really powerful inner posture. So that's what we're going to try and strengthen this morning. So sitting comfortably, feel free if you choose to take a couple of very easy, natural breaths. They don't need to be forced or exaggerated, just easy breaths to cue the body to relax. And as the body starts to slow down, settle into the space, it supports my mind in doing the same. So pulling my attention more and more inwards towards the self, less and less outwards. And feeling things start to match the body inside, settling down inside. And the etiquette as one enters the physical yoga studio is to leave their shoes outside the door. That same etiquette applies for this inner yoga studio, leaving all day-to-day worldly thoughts outside the door. So the roles, responsibilities, the three main biggies that pull our mind is the body, time, and actions. Pull our mind a lot, and they're very connected. So I'm going to imagine I'm like an actor changing my costume, changing into my yoga studio. Why traditionally do hatha yogis do yoga with no clothes on? The idea of removing the costume of day-to-day life from the mind. So I get to step outside those roles and responsibilities just for the moment and come inside, deep inside, my inner yoga studio. Yoga itself means union. So every time I come into this inner space, it's like a reunion with the self. Precious time just with myself. Nothing else pulling the mind. And who is the self? That little voice that's constantly going inside, speaking through the mind. That's me, the thinker. The one who observes the outer world. That's still me, the observer. The one who remembers or plans. That's me. So this sense of self, all of it seeming to originate from a single point inside. Me, the living being. I am life itself. residing inside of this costume, the body acting through it. A very simple experience of myself. In my mind's eye, imagining myself not as this body, but as this beautiful seed, this seed of light or life. And today, I am the seed of a lotus flower. Padmasana, the lotus posture of self, the mind. If there's anything we love and we know leads to happy relationships, happy life, a happy self, being completely happy with the self. It's a pure heart, pure intentions, pure vision, pure feelings. We love purity so much. We seek it out in our food, our water, and we're willing to pay more because we know how valuable it is. A pure, clean heart is like gold. And when I'm sitting by myself, I can experience that capacity for pure feelings within myself. And it always creates a feeling of peace. Purity is not influenced, dependent on, or attached to anything. There are no conditions. I'm not pure because someone else is nice to me, or pure because it will create a certain outcome. It's very selfless, pure feelings. They come from who we truly are. So imagining myself as this very pure, light, peaceful being, incapable of a single critical thought. Might seem like a stretch, but when we were very, very young, children, that's mostly how we thought and felt. A sense of wonder, a sense of hope, a sense of appreciation, the gift of every moment, giving the power of creativity. That innocence of a child, very pure. And it is so creative. It finds solutions, it sees possibilities and can change probabilities. Such a power to that pure feeling. And most of all, it allows one to be at peace with themselves. Through purity, I can express my core values without conditions. If respect of others is important to me, a pure heart will express respect to each and every being. Such a power. When I'm alone, like now, Those pure feelings are easy. The lotus posture emerges as I actually act and interact, moving through the world, maintaining those pure feelings. For now, I just experiment on the self. Pure feelings for the self. Perhaps if there's anyone we hold the most conditions against, it's the self. We tend to only value the self if we fulfill certain conditions. Thinking about how one feels when they make a mistake. We are merciless on the self, which means we never self-correct. Pure feelings towards the self is called self-respect, unconditional. Back to that experience of being that little seed of light inside. Very subtle, still, quiet experience of myself. Not defined by anything outside, not even this body. A feeling of self beyond culture, age, gender, nationality. Very, very simple sense of self. Life itself. And how precious is life? Can we even put a value on life? There is nothing more precious, and that is who and what I am. Life itself. Everything else is bonus. Just to be is so valuable. And packed within me, this tiny spark of life, are the greatest, most sought after resources in the world. There is no insurance policy that could cover the value of the self. Not the body, the self. I express kindness and love and patience through the body. But the source of those qualities is not the body itself, but me, the being inside. Packed within me, this tiny seed of pure light is peace, truth, happiness, love, harmony, compassion, an endless list of qualities, of values. Sometimes I forget the self and react, become influenced. But when I remember the wonder of the self, this pure feeling towards the self, those qualities flow as naturally as water in a stream. Very pure vision on the self will always bring out the best in the self. Maintaining that self-respect as I walk and move through the world, that is the lotus posture of the soul, of the self, Padmasana of the spirit. Today, let me keep that quiet, connected feeling, yoga with the self, alive, even as I act and interact. That lotus flower above the water, but still rooted in the world. Om Shanti. Wishing you a wonderful day of exploring with Padmasana. Om Shanti and bye-bye. Sure that doesn't